Hey guys, what's going on? Fred London here. You guys know what to do. As always, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Today we're talking about a kind of exciting move here. Chelsea have made preliminary contact with Ajax over signing goalkeeper André Onana. The Dutch side will allow him to leave for around 30 million euros, and that's been reported by L'Equipe. €30 million, that is about £26 million, and that seems insane. Like, we saw Ajax in the Champions League last year. Like, they were an insane team. They did really well to get as far as they did, and they've obviously got a very good core of youth players that have got quite a good future ahead of them. And yeah, they're kind of selling them off every now and then. Like, you're looking at a few of them leaving, but to let Onana go for about 26 million would be insane. So I find this one a bit odd. Fairly reliable site that's reporting it as well, so very interested indeed. Like, obviously we know we had our issues with Kepa this season, how he was okay for moments and then was very much not okay, was very bad for a good section, and we couldn't seem to get a good performance out of him at all. Then of course we dropped him for Willy Caballero, and then he came back against Everton and Liverpool and had great performances, and if he can continue like that for the rest of his career at Chelsea, he'd be doing pretty well indeed, and I'm sure we'd have no problems keeping him around, because those were some great performances, like that triple save against Liverpool and all that. He was really good, so if we can keep that Kepa, then sure, we don't need Onana. But it's the question of whether we can, and I know Kepa was going through quite a lot of personal, emotional stuff. I think his long-time girlfriend broke up with him, and it could be the fact that he was just sort of mentally not quite there, like that sort of stuff affects people. So it could be that, maybe we're going to get back to seeing a good performing Kepa. Onana has had a decent season. We'll take a look at the stats here. He's made 24 appearances, got an average rating of 6.76 in the Eredivisie, and then in the Champions League 6 appearances with a 7.14. So good appearances all round. Nothing that's setting the world alight. Like, these aren't insane numbers, but they're good numbers, and compared to Kepa, who was literally one of the worst in the league based on stats, that is good. He is a 24-year-old, so there's time to improve and such, but it's just a question of, is he a massive upgrade? Maybe not a massive upgrade. Based on Kepa's form throughout this entire season, probably is a bit of an upgrade. And he only costs about 26 million, so that's another factor that makes me think, it's kind of worth the risk. Like, we could just bring him in, and if he's not a massive upgrade, then boo-hoo, we've got 2 first team level keepers. So it's an interesting debate. Of course, this means we can let go of Willy Caballero if we are going to bring in Onana. It's just then a question of who would be the main star. Now, of course, Frank likes to play players based on merit and based on, if you're performing well in the games when you're given your chance, and also on the training pitch. That's another very important factor that Frank takes into consideration, is if you train well, you show the determination, the desire to get onto that first name on the team sheet, then yeah, you'll get your chance. And it would be really good to see Onana and Kepa battling it out for that, that goalie top, to be playing for Chelsea first team consistently. But I don't think either of them will accept, maybe if one of them, let's say Onana is the one that performs well, benches Kepa, and Onana's performing great, like on the pitch as well, like he's making crazy saves left, right and centre. Kepa's benched for half the season. He's not going to take that. He wants to be Spain's number one. So it's a tricky situation, because neither of them will accept being on the bench. Of course, it will breed, good competition, and that, if there's 2 players fighting for one position, that tends to just increase the level that they perform at, which is a very good thing, and something you want at your football club. But if one performs well consistently and the other one is stuck on the bench, I'm not sure that goes well. I think that means that one of them will be asking to leave, and then we're stuck with, one of the keepers and the fact that we need a backup again, because neither of them will accept being a backup, and keepers are a little bit different. You don't tend to switch your keeper like every other game. Like, it's just not something you tend to see in football. Now, sure, I'm open to the idea of it, Frank. If you think you can see a bit of a tactic switch in that, we have a different keeper every like 2-3 games, whatever, maybe give it a go. But in general, it's not something you see, so it's something you've got to be very careful of. And looking at Onana's characteristics, he's very strong at shot stopping, strong in penalty saves and close range shots. Weaknesses are long passing and catching crosses. And catching crosses is one that really bothers me, because we saw a lot of the problems with Kepa this season. Not coming out of his box when there's a corner or a cross coming in. He doesn't like to come out and just grab that ball, say like, get out my way, I'm coming for it. And that's sort of what you want in a keeper. You want someone that is just not fearful of running into like Van Dijk next to him, who's jumping up to head it, and he's just going to jump high. Obviously he can use his hands, grab it, and be a little more dominant. Make sure you grab that ball, you don't fumble it and then let it roll to an opposition player to score. You want them very confident that they can jump, grab it, and bring it down. And Kepa was good at that in the Liverpool and Everton games where he came back. He was very good at that, very commanding of his area. But before that, not very much. And that is another weakness of André Onana. So, a bit of an iffy one. I'd like to see. We all know that the talks of Donnarumma that have been going on. I've made a couple of videos about that. And I'd really like to see Donnarumma, at our team, because I think that's a strength that he has, and of course he's younger and has the potential to get even better. So this whole deal, I mean, for £26 million, €30 million, I don't think you can go wrong. So I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm happy with this deal if it happens. I'm concerned for the long-term sort of issues that could happen between Kepa and the club, or Onana and the club, if one of them is benched. And of course that means that we would not be going for Donnarumma, which it's a weird situation. It's possible that this is all just a lot of talk for Donnarumma to get his contract improved. It's also possible that he is open to leaving, and we could be getting him for a cheap price. And if it's between Onana and Donnarumma, I think I want Don. But this is a great deal, 26 million for André Onana. I think I'm very happy with that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.